Hey, I'm TJ Schwanke, and welcome to Outdoor Quest TV. Today, well, I'm hunting solo. Vanessa had, I don't know, apparently she has a real job or something that she has to go to occasionally. She doesn't miss many days, but today's one of those days where she couldn't join me, so I'm out here solo. I just got a whitetail tag left. I filled my elk tag earlier in the season, so kind of been looking for a big whitetail. Been out here for, a couple of weeks. Or no, I shouldn't say that, actually 3 weeks now, I guess, looking for whitetails. And Vanessa ended up taking a good buck a little bit earlier in the season. And for the past 2 weeks, we have seen literally nothing. So didn't want to miss a day, but one of the most annoying things about hunting solo is having to get the gates myself. Oh, the hardship she puts me through. Anyways, we're just going to drive up the hill here. I'm going to park the truck and go for a little bit of a walk, see if I can see anything. It's a loop I like to do this time of year when, hopefully the bucks are chasing does. Well, I think we're just going to park here and go for a walk up through here. It's minus 13 out right now, so if I kind of look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, that's why. But lots of layers. Pretty interesting hunting here. It's not your typical whitetail hunting. There's big ridges here, lots of climbing. So typically what it is lots of layers, and you need those good base layers that wick moisture away. So don't want to have to sit too long, but I'm good for 30 minutes or so. Just grab my pack, my gun. We had some really good luck earlier in the season, and then we've had a dry spell, like I was saying, and we were lamenting on Facebook about how things were not going our way. So somebody suggested do something crazy, change something up. So I've been packing that Saco 90 Adventure all year, and decided to pull out the Tikka Rough Tech. And this is chambered in 6.5 PRC. So just a great deer gun in this country. And, I've got that Zeiss V4 on it and got the ballistics turret on top. As you'll see, this is big open country here. And, we kill as many whitetails at, 400 plus yards as we do under. So it's good to be set up for long range. I always run a bipod on here too. We don't typically get too excited about whitetails here till about the 20th of November, which actually happens to be today. And it seems a lot of whitetails move into this area to rut. And this area we're going to hunt here today, we've checked it out a few times already this season, and there's been absolutely nothing here. But they do seem to come here when the rut happens. So, feeling in my gut, we might see a deer here today. Let's go check it out. Boy, it's pretty devoid of any tracks here. It's just been unusually quiet over here this year, but usually there's deer moving through at least. We'll just pop over this ridge here and then just set up and just glass for there a little while, and we're going to do a big loop around here.
The hunt is about the journey.
And that journey has taken us across 6 continents.
But we still love to hunt right here at home in Canada.
Join us on season 26 of Outdoor Quest TV. Outdoor Quest TV is brought to you by Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Sacco and Tika Firearms, demand perfection. Zeiss, we make it visible. Loa Boots, simply more. Silver Willow Taxidermy, see the difference. Closed captioning provided by Deluxe Wall Tents, made in Canada for Canadian conditions. Some older tracks here, maybe. It's been snowing every day for about 3 or 4 days now, so I guess they actually those are fresh. Look at that. Well, that's a good sign. Keep going, see what we can see. Yeah, some more fresh tracks here. Actually getting to be lots of tracks now, good to see. But for every reason, you just don't see many big bucks over here early. And I don't know if our does get bred later because of it, or if some of those little guys get to do some breeding you see early. Yeah, there's a lot of tracks here today. Good sign. Maybe the magic is starting to happen. Not a bad backdrop, eh? If you gotta hunt whitetails, this is a place to do it. These are right in the foothills of Alberta here. And we do this 100% spot and stalk. I mean, these deer aren't big here by any means. I don't know if we've ever, I guess Vanessa killed a deer that was 160 inches one year, but for the most part they're 125 to 135 inch bucks when they're mature. So yeah, so it's definitely not about shooting high scoring bucks, that's for sure. But we just love the method. It's pretty pure hunting, just walking and you know, spotting. It's spotting scope in my pack, and you know, we use it a lot of days. But we didn't have any snow here till about 4 or 5 days ago, and it was pretty tough hunting. Those whitetails are a lot easier to see when there's snow on the ground. When there's no snow, and they weren't moving at all. We spend, well, our elk season's 37 days here, and our whitetail season's 30 days, so we're pretty much out here for all 37 days of it, and can't think of any place I'd rather be. This is pretty cool, but you know, we do a lot of guided hunts throughout the year, but these 37 days are strictly for hunting at home. There's just a ridge right here that I'm gonna work along. I'm just gonna stay up in the aspens, so stay out of sight, but I'm gonna work this ridge for, pretty close to a mile actually, and then it kind of drops down into a little bit of a bottom. And if the whitetails are here, they quite often get in that bottom, and that's where they like to rut. I think it's easier for those the bucks to kind of corral those does in there. It's a little more confined, and you know, get them out in these open spaces, and it's hard for them. So we'll slowly work our way down there and see what we see. These bucks actually cruise these ridge tops, kind of looking for does. So I think that's why we do so well late here. Is, you know, most of the does are bred, and these bucks are just on the move, cruising. So we get bucks in here that, you know, we haven't seen ever. A deer that Vanessa shot this year, old deer, and we've never had him on a trail cam, never seen him. We really struggled out here last year. Vanessa took a buck, probably about, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes left in the season. And it was really the first decent buck we'd seen, so. Crap, there's a doe right there. I'm gonna get set up. The doe just ran in the trees behind there, but that's a spike buck. It's just kind of up behind her there. It kind of drops off, and they tend to like to run around in the bottom there, but I'm gonna keep an eye on that spike for a bit. I can see a lot from here, so. There's a big buck right there. Oh man. He just ran in those trees right there. They're there, back there. He comes out in the bottom there, but I don't know if I should move or what. If I get down on those willows, it's game over, but I'm gonna move that way a little bit.
Outdoor Quest TV is brought to you by Defense Aerosols, bear spray for when your life depends on it. Safari Club International Canada, first for hunters. Alberta Outdoorsman Magazine. Midland Radio's communication for every adventure.
I think it's just so difficult without a cameraman, so I think what I'm gonna do is just sit here and hopefully he comes back. I've got a doe right here. She's looking around a little bit, but not much. Yeah, if I had somebody run a camera, I'd just, I think, go down in there a little more, but there's no way I'm gonna get set up before he spots me. Or by the time he spots me and I get set up, and there's no way. Yes, that is a real deer down there. She's just standing like a statue. There's another deer, right? That's him, that's him. They just kind of ran through there, but never offered a shot. They stayed down in that cover. I think that doe down there must be the hot one. This one here isn't. He didn't come up to her. I just moved down the ridge just a little bit and just get a little better angle on things here. The doe was still out there. They were just running around behind her, so I thought if they came around this way, I had a little better angle here. Still got 10 minutes of light left, so it's getting dark fast tonight though. There he is, there he is, there he is. There's a doe in him. Holy. I shot, there was a bunch of snow kicked up. I couldn't see. I can't see him. It didn't sound like a hit, but I don't know how I could have missed. It was under 200.
Well, I don't know, the shot felt good, but I didn't hear a whop at all, and I was definitely shooting through some branches there, so decided to give him a few minutes. I mean, there was only, 3 or 4 minutes of legal light left there when I took that shot, so going after him right away really wasn't going to make any difference. So I just thought I'd let him sit for a little bit and I'll take a walk down there. Good thing is we got lots of fresh snow here, so if he's hit, it's going to be pretty easy to track. But I don't know, pretty excited. We've been chasing that deer since, Vanessa and I saw him in August, and we haven't seen him since September, so pretty excited. But we'll go down there. But say I just gave him a little bit here, and hopefully if I wasn't a good shot or I did deflect off a branch or something and still hit him, he went and laid down somewhere. So
yeah, he was right here somewhere. Any blood? Holy crap. I see an eye glowing right there. He's dead right there. Like, he didn't move. Holy mackerel. I can't believe it.
This segment is brought to you by Stony Creek Hunting Gear. It's in the blood. Well, we decided to give you guys a little better look at this buck this morning. The cameraman decided to get out of bed this morning and company once all the work was done. But we've had a funny thing here. Vanessa misses maybe 1 or 2 days hunting a year, and that's the day I seem to kill a lot of really good animals. So she had some business to take care of last night and couldn't join me, so I was solo. And well, as you saw, I got on this buck, but I was trying to get the camera on him, trying to get the gun on him, and just couldn't. And then finally, just at last light, he finally made a mistake. We had a couple of weeks there where just nothing was happening, so decided to pull the Tikka Rough Tech out here, and this was the first time it's ever been fired at an animal. So chambered in 6.5 PRC, and shooting that 143 grain ELDX out of that Precision Hunter ammo. And as you saw, it flattened him. I kind of missed him getting flattened in the recoil last night, and that's why I said I'm not sure if I hit him or anything else, and I should have just looked at the footage and I would have known, but just decided to wait a little bit until I went after him just in case he wasn't. But it was just, he never made a new track, and shooting that Zeiss V4 on there, and this is a real workhorse scope for us. It comes in really well priced, but great for long range, great optics in it. So, if you're looking for a scope that, isn't going to break the bank, this is, a great option. Well, we'll get some pictures taken, and I guess time to get back to the office and get some video editing done.
Now, if you're like Vanessa and I, you have busy lives and you're always looking for a quick and nutritious meal. And for us, this 6-minute steak is the absolute bomb. And I've got a couple elk sirloins here, and we're going to start by marinating them. And you can use any marinade you want. We're using this bulgogi sauce today, and we really like it, but virtually anything will work. So just put a little bit in the bottom of a Tupperware container, rub those steaks around on it. Just pour a little bit more on top and kind of just rub it in so it's covering it evenly. Now we're going to put it in the chamber sealer. And if you've never used a chamber sealer for marinating, you are missing out. So what we're going to do is just hit the marinate feature here. And we're actually going to put this through 2 marinade cycles. And what that'll do is really infuse it with the flavor. And if you have tougher cuts of meat, it will help tenderize it. So there we go. We've run that through 2 marinade cycles now. So what I'm going to do is just take it out, put a lid on it, and we're just going to throw it in the fridge until we're ready to start cooking our steak. All right, so we left that in the fridge for a couple hours. You don't have to do that, but if you got the time, it does make for a nicer flavor. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of seasoning salt on both sides of it. You can kind of use whatever you want here. I'm just using some Montreal steak spice. Get both sides done. And you'll also notice that I've cut 4 squares of butter here. And when I cut those, I actually put them into the deep freeze to get them nice and hard. So now we're going to head out to the barbecue, which I've got preheating to 700. Yes, 700 degrees. Okay, we've got our Camp Chef Woodwind pellet grill here, but today we're actually using the Sidekick on it with the sear box. And basically this is a little propane barbecue and it gets hot. It's actually getting close to 750 degrees right now. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put our steaks right onto the grill, close the lid, and we're gonna set our timer for 6 minutes. So in 2 minutes, we're gonna come back, flip them, and then after another 2 minutes, we'll flip them again. Okay, that's been 2 minutes. So we're just gonna take our steaks and flip them. Look how brown those are, nice char marks on them. And we're just gonna throw some butter on top. We're gonna close the lid and leave them for another 2 minutes. Okay, that's just about another 2 minutes. So that's 4 minutes total. So what we're gonna do is open it up. Let's rub that butter into a little bit. We're just gonna flip them one more time. Put a little more butter on. And don't worry about how done they're looking on the outside. They are gonna be perfectly rare inside. Okay, 20 more seconds and we'll be done. Once we take that steak off, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna leave it sit for a few minutes at room temperature before eating it, but this is gonna be good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at that, hey? Gorgeous. We'll take that inside and let it rest for a minute. Then we'll have some steak. Well, there we go. You let our steak sit for a couple of minutes. It was really important to rest your meat after you pull it off the barbecue. Now, first look at these, you think, man, those steaks are way overcooked. Look at that. Perfect, medium rare every time. If you like your steak done a little bit more, obviously you can cook it for another minute or so, but this right here is the way to eat wild game. So good. Outdoor Quest TV is also brought to you by these fine sponsors.